We're going to take a quick break, but on the other side, we have Steven Sadler here, the official crumb cake king, and his 400-year-old recipe.
I wonder if he brought a diamond.
Crumb cake with a diamond on it, $55,000.
We've got more to come. We'll be right back.
From WFAA-TV, you're watching Good Morning Texas in high definition.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Coming up this half hour of GMT, like I promised before the break, crumb cakes, 400-year-old recipe. Steven Sadler is going to share it with us. All right, move over cupcakes because our next guest says crumb cakes are the new sweet treat.
With a 400-year-old family recipe to uphold, he can be called an expert. That's Steven Sadler. We're so glad that you're here.
Thanks.
Welcome.
Glad to be here.
Great. I'm glad to have you here. Crumb cakes, yummy.
400-year-old recipe. That's a lot of years.
Yeah.
How did you even get it passed down from generation to generation?
Well, you know, it passed down from generation to generation. It's out of Austria, which is where crumb cakes came from. And interesting story, we actually lost it for a generation in our family, and everyone would talk about the crumb cakes, and no one knew where the recipe was.
So where was it found? Was it like in an attic, in a trunk?
Actually, what happened, my grandmother, when she passed away, my uncle was going through all her old things in the attic. I don't know if it was in the trunk, and he found the recipe. And since I was a chef, he said, we're going to pass this on to you now, and don't lose it.
Wow. All the good stuff is always found in the attic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I tell his story, it was in the attic in a trunk. That's what happens. All right, Steven, let's start. Show us what we're going to make today, because this looks delicious, and I haven't had breakfast yet.
Well, we make great crumb cakes. There's 5 different flavors. We make a raspberry, an apricot. The original recipe is a cinnamon streusel, and we also make a chocolate. And then we make a special recipe every few months. We change it out. We do different flavors. This month we're doing a Schussler pear. Next month we're right now in our kitchens testing a caramel sea salt.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Right?
Really?
So we kind of change it
I like the
out.
mixture. I like the salt and sweet kind of thing.
Yeah.
That
All right, well, let's
sounds
get
yummy.
started making, and I want to hear, because you're about your restaurant,
right?
Is in Forney,
Yeah,
correct?
we have a place. We just opened up our new tasting pavilion, which is kind of interesting.
Yes.
Well, it's not a restaurant, it's not a bakery, it's a tasting pavilion. And really the reason we named it that is because we expect people to come in and taste our great crumb cakes. We don't want to turn tables like restaurants do. We don't want to move them in and out. We want them to come there, spend time, and just enjoy the crumb cakes.
So take the little sample.
You're teasing me.
Exactly.
I need to start making
Okay.
some crumb cakes.
So what we did here, to shorten the process, we already did the cakes. When people make crumb cakes, the mistake they make is they make a cake, they put the crumbs on, and it sinks into the cake.
Okay.
We do a 2-step process. What we do is we make the cake, and when it's just about ready, not cooked all the way, but enough that the surface is firm, we then come back in and we pour the topping over it. Now we use Lekvar preservatives, no chemicals. We just spread it around the cakes.
Oh, I'm doing it wrong.
You're doing fine.
And then you use the thing to...
Yeah.
And then use a spatula to spread it. You put plenty on there. You're good. Now you just spread it around.
Yummy.
Okay. And now you spread it evenly on the cake, right?
And then you just put the crumbles on.
Then we put the crumbs on.
Right.
Now, go
I
ahead.
know there's a secret recipe to make the crumbs. Unfortunately, we're not going to have time to share that today.
Yes, believe it or not.
But these were pre-made?
These were pre-made. I can tell you the crumbs we do the crumbs separately from the cakes. The crumbs take about an hour to make.
No, not
so
too
they're
bad.
really, they're
We
not
definitely
bad.
don't have time to make crumbs.
Yes,
And we
we
put the crumbs on. We're just right. We don't have, you put them from the corner first.
Nice.
Right? You build the corner, and we want to make sure that we have plenty of crumbs.
Well,
One of
I'm
the things.
going to let y'all continue to build because we unfortunately are going to have to wrap. But this is great. This is a wonderful alternative to traditional cakes and cupcakes.
Oh,
so thank you so much.
Absolutely.
So up next, we have got some great information about how to get kids to do their chores. Parents, I'm telling you, you're not going to want to miss it. So stay tuned. More GMT to come.